Sonic has been having it pretty good lately. In fact, he's been kicking ass. 2022 was the best of Sonic's history. Sonic Movie 2 was an awesome watch and a success that helped solidify that the movie series' success wasn't a fluke. Sonic Prime was a very enjoyable binge that topped the Netflix charts for a respectable period, and Sonic Frontiers was a fantastic new entry and a start of what will end up being the next 10 years of mainline Sonic games. I really don't think the year could have been any better, and 2023 is looking to be the lock-on cartridge of the year of Sonic. The Sonic movie series will be getting its own small-screen TV series featuring a leading role for Knuckles, also being voiced by Idris Elba. Sonic Prime will be getting more episodes on Netflix. Frontiers is getting new content throughout 2023, and Sonic Colors Ultimate came to Steam out of the blue. However, it feels I'm missing something, a proper fourth piece to this, quadrilogy of Sonic content. Oh yeah, Sonic Origins. Sonic Origins, if you completely forgot, was a collection of Mega Drive and Mega CD games all remastered in one convenient collection. I actually did a review of the game, which will be linked to the description below. Overall, despite some flaws, I think it's the definitive way to play the classic games in an official sense. When the game released in June, however, it seemed it was just out. We did get some patches that fixed some issues, most well known being the Sonic 2 bug where Tails, if off screen, would start jumping and flying and going apeshit all the time, and wouldn't respawn. But that's where all support came to, fixing bugs. Nothing big, that's just it. However, there were talks of potential support, significant support even. During a SEGA survey for Origins, people were asked if they would like to see additional content, like new playable characters, more titles added, and overall other additions. While many were saying this was a sign, I personally just wrote it off. It wasn't the first time a company would be asked surveyors if they wanted something and would ignore the results, and if so, it would take them ages just to even enact anything. My mind immediately goes to, I'd say, Atlas, with how they were always asking if Persona should be on other platforms like Steam, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And no matter the amount of times they asked, they just wouldn't do it. They only did it very recently. However, with recent news, I'm the one looking like an idiot. Very recently, in fact, just last Friday, word broke out of a new rating from the Korea's rating board. And apparently, this rating is called Sonic Origins Plus. Now, if you've been around the block since 2018, that name should be familiar to you. And you'd be right, because that's the same naming scheme used for the 2018 DLC and expansion, Sonic Mania Plus. As a reminder, Sonic Mania Plus was an expansion to the original. It was Sega's way of making a physical version. The physical release of Mania Plus included the game, a reversible cover, a holographic sleeve, and a really neat mini art book. The DLC included an improved and expanded multiplayer mode, including a 4-player racing mode, Encore mode, which changed some cutscenes, a tag team mechanic, character collection replacing lives, and different level layouts and looks. However, the big addition was 2 new playable characters, Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. These characters were thought to be long dead. Mighty last appeared in Knuckles Chaotix on the 32X, and Ray only had one appearance in Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, the arcade machine. But they were back with their own abilities in the story. It was a fun DLC, even had its own animated cartoon with Sonic Mania Adventures. So the question is, what is Sonic Origins Plus? Well, if we use Mania Plus as a base, it'll be an expansion with possibly a physical version. The physical version could probably include a little mini art book as well as the other trinkets that the original included. However, it could be cool to have a new collector's edition with a new statue. I actually own the original Sonic Mania statue that was included in the collector's edition, even though it was a physical version, it never came with a physical version of the game. It was only a code on a card. But, you know, what could the DLC include? Well, weirdly likely thing that could happen is Amy Rose and Metal Sonic being playable. There were major parts of the marketing and even appeared in the animated cutscenes. We could also see some games added. The obvious choices are Sonic Spinball, the pinball spin-off made by the Sega Technical Institute, you know, in this general area of no Sonic mainline games coming out. There was Knuckles Chaotix on the 32X. There's a weird-ass game with like a tag team mechanic where you hold a ring and the other person holds a ring. It was a really weird game. And Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, aka the best Sonic game ever made. It just is. I don't make up the rules, it just is. However, there's the question if these would be either emulated, so just like something you'd see on a Sega Mega Drive collection like the one on Switch, or actually a remastered version, made from the ground up just like Sonic 1, 2, CD, and 3 and Knuckles in the collection. They could also add the Game Gear Master System games. If they do that, however, I just expect them to be emulated. However, Sonic Spinball, Knuckles Chaotix, and 3D Flicky's Island were those home console games, so I'd hope they would get the proper treatment they rightfully deserve. However, only time will tell. We usually get Sonic information in May, as 2021 and 2022 both had a May broadcast called Sonic Central, and with the first round of content coming for Frontiers at the climax of development according to the director Morio Kishimoto, we could hear something soon, maybe even sooner. But that's all the information we have, so thank you all for watching, and go on, enjoy your day.